So today is kind of gonna be like a miniatures haul video and an organizing video. What I really want to do is go through my glass jars, and I kind of made like, I don't know if this is a general store or a kitchen. I am kind of, this probably might be all brought on by the new Fill the Fridge. I really want to get one in Canada. They are available at Toys R Us right now for $35, and they will be available at Walmart. They're pre-ordered there for $30, so I might have to wait. I really like the scale of the fridge. I've seen some people think that it's too small, but an olden day fridge, which I think is probably why they made it an olden day fridge, so they could get away with making it smaller. The scale's really good for that concept, but I kind of want to wait. They have a kitchen sink and they have a count. I don't know what else they have, but the kitchen looks good, and I don't know if to wait to build the kitchen. Anyway, I am working on a kitchen, and that's what I'll start off saying. So I'm making this transformable. I haven't completed it. It's not completely done. What I have done is I use these boxes, which we all know, which are available at dollar stores and craft stores alike, and I took the components to make a transformable, just like all of my rooms and walls are. I want them to be multi-purpose so I can use them, but I wanted them to be able to make like this is like a platform. It can be a store counter or for a dressing room. That's why when I switch it this way, and I'm even going to put in drawers. So I'm going to build wooden facings for drawers, and then when they're in this way, they're going to look like cupboards. So it's going to work out so well. To make things sturdy today, I'm going to clamp these together because I am so clumsy, and I'll just do that. But kind of bull clips match my aesthetic anyway, so I don't mind. I mean, I can work with this. You can see where I strategically have put the pull handles in there. So, I mean, you could even turn it around this way. I could put facings on these if I decide later, but I kind of really want them to be transformable. But look, we've got more storage inside if I want to use that for a purpose. But today, the purpose is to put the counter, and hopefully you can see. So, this also, maybe it's a magical store, maybe it's not. This is something that I've hauled before. This is just a plaque that I got from the Dollar Tree, so that's awesome. And this was an amazing find. It's a candle holder at a thrift store, and I mean, right up my alley with the wrought iron and the natural wood. Put the beveled edge fits perfectly on top. Happy accidents. It's such a good table. And then let's bring up Sean, because he's already dressed for some general store that I probably did with the retro minis. So I am into retro, which is, I was gonna build like a wooden icebox kind of fridge to fit this turn of the century vibe that I'm more into, and I'm squeezed in here. Oh, also these are just the boxes out of these. This is what the same thing is happening with these, where I'm going to put drawers in here so they'll look like cupboards in the closet dressing room area is what this is. But then if you turn it this way, these are going to be counters, and then I'll be able to, these are removable, right? So I will remove them and put them in like closed cabinets or open cabinets, depending on what's going on. So that's happening. I think I can manage, without knocking anything over, I can manage just a slight little corner just to fill out this room a little more, so I don't have a white space there. But maybe I won't use these kitchen counters today, and maybe hopefully I don't knock them over, but I'll just do that for now, and hopefully we're up close enough to see me organizing all my little glass jars. So what I have done is I kept these all in here. I mean, these lend really well to my aesthetic, but when I see people use these in dioramas. I mean, do I judge other people's dioramas? I guess so. But I know where they're from, and what's great to do in diorama is to pull people out of the real world. I mean, just making this little vignette here of them right now it can pull you out of the real world, out of the world. We have to get what I fill these with in a second. I mean, that's mainly what this video is about. But let's decorate this kitchen, store. I don't know what it is. With some of the olden days, this haul that I did. So, I mean, usually in a haul I don't open the stuff, but probably makes for a more interesting video if I do. So this was some new buckets. I should probably have the comparison ones standing by, but I think most of us, speaking of things that everyone has and they're available everywhere, everyone has these buckets, but I just found this new style, which is a bit smaller, which is great. Like, the other ones are kind of big, but I think that they fit fine in the scale, and these ones are probably even better. Buckets come in so many different sizes. I mean, fits fantastic in my aesthetic, so I'm super happy and excited about that. Oh, here's something else that's kind of out of scale, but also not, because clothespins do come in different scales, and the scale is close enough that it looks good. Oh yeah, so let me replace that jar with that one. I just saw that I've got something in there. It's better to have something in your jars than nothing. But yeah, the buckets look really good. Maybe I can stack a few together. So there's just 3 of these, which I've got the bigger size in white. Oh, they look so good. What a happy time. So Dollarama in Canada for $1.75. I can't help you. I can't help you Americans. I can only give you inspiration, and a lot of the stuff or similar things are found at the Dollar Tree. I noticed that it happens a lot. I'm not sure if I hauled these or not, but when I see people use the IKEA planters and stuff, they don't look bad. They just, I guess I know where they're from, and I don't know if the pots really scale. Of course, there are pots, large white pots that are in that shape. There's somewhere in the world, but these ones were a little different and a little special. Oops, I noticed that these leaves do fall off, and I probably only want. I'll look at the different types of leaves and see which ones scale. But this pot, even though it's not as antique-y as I would like, but it looks more to me, because it's low and squat, it looks more like a planter, a large ground planter that you would see. I mean, that looks so good. However, am I going to be careful about the ones I choose? Like, I have so many plants that I told myself, you got the plants you need. You have all of the flowers. The white lilies that I have are probably the best flowers I could have. This one I thought I was going to choose, but I kind of, well, now that I see it, I like the lighter green. Looks more bright and brings a little more light into it. So we are going to go with that, but I do have 3 different styles, and because I need symmetrical plants, will I be able to put one over here? I think I'll be able to put one right here. Maybe I can, I don't know. Maybe even though I'm going to need this counter space, maybe we could put one up here. I mean, even as a large pot sitting on a table, it does look good too. But, I mean, a little goes a long way, and I needed 3 different ones instead of being able to choose. Now I have to choose whenever I'm putting together a diorama which one I'm going for. But I think that the one with the brown, it looks kind of dead and looks a little too Jurassic World, which I mean, that has its opportunities too. But I am surprised. I do really like this one. I think that this one, the leaves translate to larger leaves that actually exist on plants like that. So I don't know if I can move. Can I move this over? Maybe I can do that. Kind of don't want to. I have it in a nice groove. I took away my carpet today. Oh, that's another thing I was going to show you. My space mat. So it's just a cutting board. I'm not going to use it. I got it on Amazon. I'm not going to use it for a cutting board. I bought smaller ones of these at the dollar store, which I like for taking pictures on. I think it looks really cool, and especially because of all of the alien dolls and space dolls that I'm working on. That I think it just looks cool to have this as a backdrop for whenever I get back to Instagram and have time for Instagram again. I think, yeah, the space dolls photographed on this just for like inventory, or just to showcase one of the astronauts that I'm working on. It would be really good to have this, and I needed this bigger size because I only had smaller ones that worked for my smaller toys. So I'm really happy about that. Look how good this looks. I mean, I know this isn't everyone's aesthetic, but I think that it's basic basis. I think it can be appreciated by everyone. I'm not sure. I do get some comments telling me to paint things, which is never going to happen. I guess maybe because I'm not a very good painter, and it's so messy, and I feel that I can't do it good. I can't do it well. I can't do it good in the way that, not do it good in poor grammar, do it good. Give it its it's a spray paint maybe. I don't know. I don't want to paint anything. I love natural wood, and I love a light natural wood. I don't like a dark wood. So when people stain their white wood and make it dark, that upsets me too. But I don't know. It has that pioneer feel to me, which is what I love. Okay, can I add some plants without taking up too much space? Oh, there, I just added lots of plants. That looks good. So yeah, those pots, a little modern style. This pot is definitely very modern style, but it looks really good. It would definitely look good in a mid-century modern home. It's quite nice. All right, this is already looking amazing, isn't it? Isn't it crazy how just adding some tiny little things can really... Okay. Where are we? This is something that I'm not gonna... You know what, I thought that I might already have this, but what I have is bunches of this. I am gonna open this. So, new at the Dollar Tree right now. The fall stuff is coming out, even though it's the 1st of August. Or is it the 2nd of August? I have no idea what the date is today. But this definitely has potential, and again, just like lilies and the greenery for my plants, I like something simple, and like everything, I like something simple. You wouldn't think that if you saw my toy collection, but ideally I want to be a minimalist. I'm trying to figure out how this is tied up. So it's wrapped together. I'm really curious to see. So this could probably be cut into pieces, or could be used as a holly, or a crinoline? No, that's the wrong thing. Anyway, a vine that goes around decorative. I think you do want to double this up, though, is what I'm saying, because they have spaced these out. It is more of a loose wire. I mean, now that I have it open, I guess I have to use it. But what I'll do is I don't know. I don't know what I can do without knocking things over, but you know I like to add some green. It looks more like a light. It looks more like barbed wire. It can still look like vines, like this. Vine isn't the word I was looking for. Okay, yeah, it looks more like a barbed wire fence, but I mean, I'm just gonna, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna, because I can't stop myself, I'm gonna just play with it until I think it looks almost presentable. And which I do. I was gonna even take out all of the furniture and stuff before I started the video, but I didn't think, what am I doing? Putting that up there, that's where we're going, okay. Got a little piece over here. I'm not seeing the piece over here. You need to take advantage. What happened to the piece up there now? I don't want to bend it up. I'm trying not to bend it up too much either. We're just going wild with it. Okay. Now it's hiding itself. I guess less is more. Oh, that looks better than I thought. Come on. Come on. I also want to get it out of the way. Come on. Oh man. After all of that. Okay, that's fine. I think it looks kind of fun. All right. Now what we're doing, okay, we need Sean back. Sean is, what was his name? What was her name? Star's boyfriend from the 70s. So he's retro in his own right, not so retro. And then, okay, and here's the last thing. This is one of the things that I didn't get, but in my last haul video on the Too Hunky channel, I found I loved all of these teaching tree stuff, which now that I'm thinking about teaching tree, must be specifically for Dollar Tree, but they had some really cool, reminded me of 60s and 70s educational toys. I'm gonna have to move this up a little bit. Does it still look good? I guess so. I don't know what these are good for, but I just knew that I don't know what they're gonna feel like. There's potential. I mean, yeah. Normally, there's 100 of them. That's kind of cool. Yeah, I have besides baby blocks, I have no idea what these could be. I don't know. And I already have baby blocks. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else in. That's of this dimensions, reminding me of sugar cubes, but definitely out of scale for sugar cubes. But just for fodder. I mean, they could be sponge. They could be soap. Oh my goodness, it's soap. It's a soap store. It's a square soap. That's exactly what it is. It looks like soap in the bucket. That's really cool. Okay, let me show you. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, it was right here. I was gonna say I thought I was more prepared. I was prepared. Oh no, I'm not prepared. It's not it. Okay, I have containers like this full of other little plastic things that are like, so I don't know where I put it because I wanted to mention in this video, but I do have some Icebox from the dollar store that are very similar to that, and I thought that would look good in my kitchen. But that's okay. Now the fact that it fits so good into this alchemy magic kitchen that we're working on today, so I'm really happy about that. We have to fill the other bucket with these, so that was a happy mistake, but I knew it. I knew I had to have these. I knew I loved them. Even if I was just going to stick them into one of these clear, transparent things, I knew that there'd be a place for them. So I'm gonna put another bucket of soap over there, and then the rest of these I'll just put loose on here. And will you be able to see a little bit of it sticking? Yeah, there we go. So a little hint of something else in the picture. These I can get rid of. And then I thought I had these put aside because I thought this is how I was going to store them. I had these used up, and then I moved whatever was in them, which now I don't even remember, and said, you know what I did do is I put them into containers like this, and then I had so many of these empty containers, and now they're all filled again with random miniatures, Barbie miniatures, and micro minis, and tools that I got from Temu, and clothespins, and wooden plates. I mean, the stuff has to be organized, so I mean, that's kind of what my life looks like too. My toy bins are all like this, matching toy bins. I was going to put that black mat down as a floor, as a modern, like it would have looked really cool as a modern black tiled floor as well. But in case you're shouting that idea out to me, I did think of it. These totes, this is my favorite. You can get them in round and other shapes and sizes, but this one, the square ones, they're the ones that look like they could actually be large totes. I actually have totes just like this. Can I grab one of those? Look at this. It's like, look, we're twinning right here. I mean, the lid on that one is better quality. But this is also from the dollar store, the Dollarama, this one. Here's another video. We have to go through all of these Barbie dresses. As always, I'm all over the place. I thought this was going to be purely a video. Look, I can, under cabinet storage, I can store it. No, I'm going to get these out of the way completely. So that's all of the stuff, except, was it fill the fridge? Was it me looking through the stuff? I guess maybe it's a combination of both. This was me biting off more than I can chew. That's much too dangerous, me having in the way. I need some space here. We've got a wall. I make sure that it's a nice plain white wall in the back here. But now I have a little trick for you, and I might not be able to do this to the best that I want to. Oh, now I want that shelf back. Because, like I was saying earlier, scale is really important to me. And I didn't remember where I got these, and maybe I did get them at a few other places. And I'm not going to go get my mason jars. You can check out my vlog channel. I talk about my mason jars all the time on those. But actually, this is why we have him here. They might not be traditional mason jars. The lids are a bit big, but holding them next to it, putting them in the store, they look pretty good. They might be like this custom. Oh, and in fact, which I really don't know, I must have gotten these at the Dollar Tree. This one probably does scale better to a standard mason jar. Now, and then we have these long canisters, which I think, no, they're looking pretty good too. Everything's looking like, I am a scale snob, and when something like jumps out at me, I'm going to speak up and say it. I also love brown glass. But this is really good. This is really, really good. Okay, so I'm going to have to clean up the counter. I hope we're close enough for you to enjoy the video for what's happening next. But what has happened next is I'm thinking a lot about gemstones and rocks and stuff. And so I have a collection of few. This is from some other set that I have is where I got these ones from. But at the dollar store, which I have shown in a video before where I hauled it. I got these, and then now maybe this is going to change my mind, because I thought that these canisters were far too big to look, and I'm supposed to have a shelf on the back. The table was coming up. I'm supposed to have a shelf on the back so that I can stack them up and stuff. But maybe this video is moot, but maybe it's not. Maybe these are nice enough. And the fact that I do have, I was just going to take a few of each, and maybe that's still a good thing to do. What do you think? Like, ideally, I want to put these on a back shelf. Should I bring up a shelf? Is it gonna look good? It's gonna take away from. We need to see what it would look like on the back of a shelf, though. So let me see here. Which shelf can you see? We're gonna have to move this plate. I mean, I don't know. I was really thinking that they were, but considering they're like such a weird entity, and then the labels are printed so like old-fashioned store. They kind of look good. They kind of look good as is. However, let's clean off the shelf. Oh no, I'm messing up the diorama. It still looks good though. I bought, these are the only kind that I found. So I have originally found them in 3 different sizes: the large canister, the small canister, and then these tiny little ones, which I guess are probably, well, they kind of look too small. But I needed to make sure that I had 12 of these to split up the different types of stones that I had. And then I don't know if the stones are supposed to be stones, or they're supposed to be food, because this is where I have all of my cinnamon and ginger. What else do I use? I use chili powder. Gotta be careful. Oh, really gotta be careful. What else is in my jars? And they're all lined up, and I love looking at them. I also have cocoa powder and Himalayan sea salt, and they all look so beautiful on my shelf in my antique mason jars. And I kind of wanted to do that with these. Now let's see if, do these still look as good when they're not as full? They might even look better. And then these ones will look good filled. So I think I want to do that. And I definitely want to keep some in here because I need to know to identify what the products are. So this is what's happening. We are doing this after all, because they still look good in their large jars. Back on the shelf. I mean, and this is so corner store coming in. I mean, it's so funny how this is how practices are starting to begin again, where people use reusable things. You bring in your own jar, and then you fill it up with what needs to be, what you're short on for your cabinet. But here, this one, okay, that one, let me tell you what they are as we go. Because we're making soap here today. This is, I don't even know what this is. I think this is the only one I don't know. Citrine. Which makes sense that it's called citrine because it's yellow. And then, yeah, all of these I know, except for I think those two that I've actually heard of. I had to Google what this is. Rudel. Rudel. And what was in it? It was, Oh no, the cork crumbled. That's not cool. Titanium. I think titanium is in Rudel. So what I'm doing, I don't know if this makes for an interesting video. I might have to pause it and start again. But maybe it's fun. But I do want to show you one thing before I stop making the videos. I want to show you something that is very purposeful and not wasteful, and using something that is so common and using it in a fun way. And that is, what's this? And what are these things? And what those things are, and is what also I thought this video was going to be about, was, see, they can be lentils, they can be tapioca. Is every time, and especially at the dollar, oh man, this looks so good and so real. These would look good with cabinets. I need to put the cabinets in here though. They're gonna look so good. Every time, not every time, but often when you buy something from the dollar store, one of these little silica packs are gonna be packed in there. And I save them every time. And they're usually all over the place and not so organized into a little baggie, but when I find them I do. So sometimes they come like this, and sometimes they come like this. I don't know if these ones are like all have gathered too much moisture, or they're types of different kinds of silica, but this is what I do. I open them up and I stick them in these jars, and maybe I have to save that for another day. I don't know what color this one's going to be. Oh, and then some of them are different sizes. Some of them are smaller than others. I am making a mess, dropping some of the stones on the ground, and some of those ones are smaller, which I like. So, I'm trying to see. Oh, look, you can see, look, my shelves look exactly the same as the shelves in my antique store. Here we go. Do a little shifting. Oh no, now my thumbnail is gonna not match my video. Great. Alright, so now that I'm making such a mess, let me put these things back, and maybe I have to pause this video while I fill up my jars. I mean, I could probably talk forever about something while I did it. But yeah, I also don't, I think that I don't like the corks, but then I like the corks, but I don't have enough of these jars to put the rest. And then I also, the corks come out easier than these screw-on tops, so that's a whole other concern too. I don't know where to go from here. I don't know if to, so I guess, like I've said everything that I possibly can say. So I'm going to fill up the jars, and then I'll show you what I've done, even though I don't have time for this right now, which that's why I was making the video, because I could at least make a video for something I don't have time for, and then it's going to be so time consuming. But and I should be eating dinner now, and here I'm gonna finish up the gems, and I can open up the rest of these silica gels later. But yeah, I'm curious to see how all of the colorful stones are going to look in all of the things. Let me tell you what they are now. So those were the two that I was citrine. Yeah, citrine is something that I am not familiar with, but it makes sense what its name is. And then the other ones, I will tell you what they are right now, just because it's fun. This one's the Jip one. Oh wait, that's not. That's politically incorrect to say that. This is the one that is questionable. What's this? Colorful stones. So I guess it's a mix of everything. They call this one colorful stones. But this one is garnet. And then this one is rose quartz. And you can see the beautiful colors are going to look so good in the jars. This was such a great find. Amethyst. And then we have tiger eye. And maybe this is a gem store. And then we have obsidian right here. And then I have, this was all one set. I think it was $5 or less for all of these. And then clear quartz for 12 different ones. And then we have white topaz. Is that right? White. No. It says white turquoise. How can you have something be white and turquoise? Does that... Maybe I don't know what this is. Turquoise. Turquoise. White turquoise. I guess I don't know what that is either. And then we have red agate, which is beautiful colors. And then this is probably the best one, green agate. Oh no, green advertine. Green aventurine. I guess I don't know my stones well enough. Anyway, it's green, it's beautiful, it's translucent. The translucent ones are definitely my favorite. So yes, I'm going to empty those into the jars and hopefully find more of these. I don't know. The mix of both the corks and the screw-ons are really great. Like this is a lot of cool. It's a magic store, a stone store. They could be grains. The potentials are endless. What else do I have in here? Look at some oranges. This is my natural box. So I do try to theme these boxes for miniatures. So that's why the stones were in here, because I do have extra stones. And those oranges might not be real, but they do. I think that they're made of, I don't know what they're made of actually, but I put them in there too. And logs for the fire and seashells for on the shelf. So that's where I put all of the natural things. And then look at this. Like, I mean, if this was a gem store, look, for us in real life, this is a pathetic tiny little gemstone. But in 1/6 scale, that's an expensive piece of amethyst. Huh? Check that out. So that's kind of cool too, to have polished gemstones for your diorama, especially if you're kind of like a pagan like I am. I guess I kind of am a pagan. Natural remedies and whatnot. Okay, I'm filling up the jars and then I'll show you what they look like. I guess I'll put the 12 back on the shelf there, and it'll probably look good too. You can judge in a second. So how cool is this? It does look like a little pharmacy. Man, I love my miniatures so much. There's so many things that I really like. I should have been using my miniature scoop. Oh, should we stick that? Should we put the scoop in the bucket with the soaps? But I got all these old-fashioned miniatures from thrift stores or from the dollar store that we just mix in. Oh yeah, I put those pallets there so we could add some plants there. I have some really small bottles that I put up front, and these are looking so good in the back. I was wrong about questioning them. Look at all of this. This is a dream come true for me. These beautiful colors. I mean, they don't show up so good because of the way that the light's showing up. I mean, they're pretty. I don't know how well you can see them. Oh, this looks so fun. I mean, it does. It looks like an olden day pharmacy, I guess, is more of what it turned into. Where else can I put stuff? I guess we're filled enough. I mean, this is ideally this should go back on this shelf. I mean, now I'm getting a little carried away with. You don't have to fill in. You don't have to fill in every spot. But maybe I will. And I just need to get a good thumbnail. Yeah, even the large canisters. I mean, these could be. Oh, why didn't I think of this before? This could be candy. Look at all this different types of rock candy. That's what we're talking about. We need to make a candy shop, an old-fashioned candy shop, but with the soap here, it does look more like a pharmacy. These are the bigger ones. I told you about the silica gel pellets that I'll empty. I gotta catch up on my silica gel collection and empty it in here, but I'm really happy with. I really love my miniatures. I love them so much. There's a bucket over here. It could be highlighted better. Here we go. Get some silver and some soap in there. There we go. All right, there. Now I'm ready to take my thumbnail. So thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you watched the whole thing. I can't believe it was this long, even though I thought it could have been way longer if you watched me put every single stone into every single jar. Until next time, love you. Thank you so much for watching.